998, 999, ooh, 1,000. Oh, dear me. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting guests. I don't know if you just saw me there, but I was just doing my pre-bowling warm-up. Don't know if you noticed, but that was 1,000 ab rollouts. But I understand you have some questions for me, David. Far away.
What's been your favourite game in a Whitchurch Heath shirt?
Ooh, my favourite game in a Whitchurch Heath shirt. So I think the game where I scored my 50, my first 50 for the club down at Payne Coed certainly stands out as one of them. But actually my favourite game was probably playing for the fourth team. It was around the time I was working in Walkabout in Cardiff, so would have to leave cricket matches early. So I can remember playing for the fours, that we put on about 150 odd. I opened the bowling for the fourth team, and I think I cleared through their top 5 in my first sort of 6 or 7 overs. And once I finished my spell, sort of decimated the top order, turned around to Roger and said, "Right, Rog, thanks very much, I've got to go." And I can remember still to this day how much the opposition captain was going absolutely ballistic with the Foss, saying, "You can't do that, you can't do that." To which Foss simply turned around and said, "Well, we're the ones who are going to have to field with 10 players for the rest of the game. Deal with it." So actually, that was one of my favourite games. Getting to turn up, bat at number 5, score some runs, and then obviously bowl my allocation and disappear. So yeah, that's probably one of my favourite ones.
Have you got any good Tom Salmon stories?
I've certainly got a Tom Salmon story that I can't repeat. But actually, going on what Hoppo said in his video yesterday, there was, I think it was the Sudbrook game as well, where as well as the sort of couple of shots of vodka and his pint that he had, I think Donk or Tibbsy had decided to put some shower gel in his trainers that were upstairs in the changing room. And Tom sort of put the shoes on, realised they were wet, had a sniff, see what was inside. You told him it was shower gel, and in Tom Salmon's infinite wisdom, he decided he would rinse it out in the showers. So he held his trainers underneath the shower head, and was absolutely amazed when suds were beginning to fill up in his shoes. And he traipsed around the clubhouse, leaving a frothy path in his wake. But I think as well with Tom Salmon, one thing I did thoroughly enjoy was his question time with Woody. A particular favourite of mine, I believe. Tom turned around inquisitive to Woody and said, "Woody, who invented Velcro?" To which Woody, just in dismay, said, "I don't bloody know, Mr. Velcro." So yeah, those are some of my favourite Tom Salmon stories.
You represented Whitchurch Heath through the junior levels. Talk us through some of the coaches that you played under.
So I've got extremely fond memories of the coaches I had growing up playing for Whitchurch Heath. So I started in under 13s cricket with Ken Gaunt. Had a fantastic time with him. One of my favourite memories with him was it was only about my second or third game playing against Cardiff in the Cup, and the Welsh captain Dewi Priest managed to hit me for a 6 that went outside the hospital, hit me completely out the ground. And Ken Gaunt's first reaction was to turn around and say, "Hey, nice one, Michael, that was a new ball you've just lost." So that one particularly sticks in mind. And then 15s, obviously, Bob Jenkins and Rusty. I learned so much off the pair of them. They were fantastic coaches. Rusty had a fantastic sense of humour. I remember again bowling several wides, wide after wide after wide, and Rusty came over, he put his arm around me, and I still remember this to this day, Rusty whispering in my ear, "Now if you bowl one more wide, I'm going to tell your mother to take away all of your hair products." Just exactly what you want to hear as a 15-year-old lad. But yeah, Ken, Bob and Rusty, nothing but good words to say about them. Absolutely loved playing cricket with them as coaches. So some really fond memories of my junior time at Whitchurch.
If you were stuck in self-isolation with 3 Whitchurch Heath players, who would you pick and why?
3 players I'd be stuck in isolation with. So a bit of a common theme, but Tibbsy would be number 1. He seems to be the absolute perfect house husband. So Thibaut would definitely be somebody I'd like to be with. Number 2, senior pro, Gigi. Graham Goddard, absolutely, he just had me in belly laughs for 3 weeks, months on end, however long it would be. I don't think the man would ever stop making me laugh. And 3rd, I'd probably be Uncle Woody. Probably spend me time with Woods. Again, he'll watch all the sport. He'll always have a flag on him. He'll always have a bottle of wine to hand. So I think Woody would be a great person to spend a few weeks with.
What's the funniest thing you've seen on a cricket field?
So the funniest thing I've ever seen on the cricket field actually was another 4th team game, and it was when I first started out, sort of under 13s, and I can't remember where we were playing. We were playing somewhere towards sort of Newport or Chepstow, and I can remember vividly sort of stood in the covers, and Terry Short sort of striding into bowl. And as he got to his sort of bowling action and went over, let out one of the loudest spells of flatulence I've ever heard in my entire life. So much so that by the time the ball arrived at the batsman, he was in creases of laughter and could barely play a shot. Nearly got himself out because he was laughing so much. But I can remember the entire field was falling about laughing, and Terry sort of trying to deny it at first, saying it was his squeaky shoes, I think was the first thing he blamed. But no, that definitely does stick as one of the funniest moments I've seen, certainly as long as I've been playing cricket anyway.
One of the best spells of bowling that I've seen is probably yours at the Vale, which will almost be 10 years ago now. What can you remember about that day?
Fantastic question that is. I'd almost forgotten about that game until you mentioned it, funny enough. But the Vale game, I've got really, really good memories of that one. So I think it was a real sort of wet, dreary sort of first game of the season. Lovely green top. I think we batted first and scored 81, which we kind of thought, be done dusted here. No time at all. But no, I can remember taking 5 wickets in that one. But one of the real and we ended up winning. I think we bowled them all out for 79, defending 81, which was quite a feat. But one of the things, there were a couple of memories actually that really, really stick out with that one. Was the first one was having to umpire with a certain Mr. Rob Howley bowling, Wales international British Lions coach. And somebody sort of popped a ball straight back at him, simple as you like, dolly catch. He's fumbled it, hit the floor. He's spitting feathers, screaming, shouting, and instinctively, as if all fell silent, the first thing I said was, "That is a knock on. It will be a scrum down and a Witcher Chief ball." To which Rob Howley did not mince his words and told me exactly what he thought of me for such comments. But since then, I've not really liked the bloke. And the second thing that sticks out actually was having looked at the scorecard earlier, is the fact that I bowled 13 overs in a spell, which, although I'm bowling with a few more clicks nowadays, if anyone's ever seen me after my sort of 5 over opening spell, how on earth I could get 13 overs out myself back then is a complete and utter mystery. Built for comfort, not for endurance.
Where are you currently playing your cricket?
So I'm currently playing my club cricket in Bristol at Bohemians Cricket Club. So it's a great club, real strong sort of Welsh contingent there, as you can probably tell from the badge. Been playing first team cricket there, taking just over 150 wickets. Been involved in quite a few sort of promotions with them, which has been good. A few of you guys may have come to our ground sort of previously. It was a bit of a wet and dreary day, but certainly we made improvements to the ground, and it's a real, genuinely nice place to play your cricket. So thoroughly enjoyed my time there, and